Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Chris. So I took two trades this morning, two live trades and one sim trade. I'll talk about the sim trade if I have time. But also there was a couple potential plays on NIO that I thought were really good, and I want to talk about those as well. So the first trade that I took was a 2 minute opening range breakdown on BYND, and I was actually not watching it at the open. But what I was watching at the Open didn't play how I anticipated. So after about a minute or a minute and a half, I started scanning through my stocks and I saw BYND. And when I flipped to it, this is what I saw. This is what I saw. So it threw an inverted hammer off of enormous volume. And then it bought up about 50% here of the width of this candle. It bought up, and it bought up on almost no volume at all. So I thought that was really interesting. And then it rejected 127.50, and then it came back and it was pressing up against 127. Okay, so that just, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's juicy. Okay, so we're pressing up against 127. It is on SSR here. Nice spread. It was actually a little jumpy. But we did get the break I was looking for, and I ended up taking a fast partial. I didn't really manage this trade that well. BYND normally has a large spread, so I was just very nervous that this would come back and wick me out. But it didn't. I ended up getting a decent play out of this, so I'm going to speed it up here. Okay, I'm not sure why I took two partials here. One was fine. Big buyers coming in at 126, and there was also a large bid at 125. So I wanted to hold, I think I had about 15 or 20% left, and I wanted to hold it for the break of 125, but unfortunately we just couldn't do it. Okay, so I ended up just getting stopped out with the rest of break even. This should have been, if I managed this correctly, this should have been around 3 to 5 hour trade, but instead it was just around 2 hour, and that's mostly because of these partials right here. I don't know if I could blame myself for this one, but taking two partials here was too aggressive, and maybe one more good partial here would have put me at like 3.5. Okay, I guess, I mean, you can always improve at trade management, right? So the next trade that I took was on JD, and this was a double top. This was a double top, and honestly, to be honest, I'm not super proud of this trade, but I like the volume profile a lot. So it bought up on heavy volume, and then from here, looks like from here onward, I just really liked it. We had a ton of volume here, and we just barely pushed price up at all. Okay, ton of volume here, just can't push price up, kind of a hard volume sell off, and then a bounce, and then I really liked these two volume candles here off of these kind of small width candles here. So I like that a lot. So fairly large volume, just can't push price up. I took this to be a bit of a range here, and I think I took my stop actually at the top of these candles here, and then I wanted to enter for the break here. So I entered, and it came back up, and it rejected 82, which was a bit of a relief because my risk reward was really not that great. And then it slowly sold off, and I ended up getting out right around 81. So I did not believe in this trade. The longer I was in it, the more I felt like it was not that good because it was looking more and more like a pretty decent 15-minute opening range break up, and we were selling off with very moderate volume. So it just didn't quite, I just didn't feel like it was going to have the follow through that it needed. I think my 2R was probably right around VWAP. Okay, so I ended up just jumping out. I really liked how this engulfed off of higher volume, and then it looked like kind of a type 2 ABCD pattern where it gaps up and then it tries to break down, and it can't do it. So essentially it's denying the ABCD pattern to the downside. So we come up. I thought there was maybe some type of entry here. I just didn't know where to put my stop, and I decided to just take my profit and just kind of watch and see how it played out. But would have been a decent 15-minute opening range breakout. Okay, I only have like 30 seconds here, so maybe just last thing I want to say is at NIO, let's see if I can pull this up real quick. I really liked NIO here for the double bottom. So I was watching it right here, and it sold off, and I really like this candle off of increasing volume, and we just couldn't push price down. I like 39.11, support, resistance, support, and I thought if we can get up above 39.11, I think NIO is going to have a great day today. And so I was watching it, I was watching it and I was thinking about taking it, but I ended up just letting it go. But an entry right around here, I think was totally reasonable. Yeah, I think it was totally reasonable. Okay, so those are my trades for today. I hope you guys had a good day, and thank you.